How is everybody doing today? My name is Chris. Welcome to Bourbinsane. We're back today and we have got a new bourbon review, and this is one of the latest additions to the Heaven Hill lineup. We're going to be talking about Larceny Barrel Proof, the A120 batch. Let's get into it. Now, coming out of Heaven Hill Distillery, Larceny is a product that is part of their wheated mash bill. So things like Old Fitz, Larceny, that's the wheated profile with Heaven Hill. Now, Larceny is kind of following in the footsteps of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, where they're going to be doing 3 releases every year. Previous years, it was just a single release as far as I know. I actually bought a bottle of Larceny before they did the 3 times a year release. I paid about $100 for it, which I was very disappointed about because about a month later they announced they're doing this $50 bottle instead, so half the price. Rough. This is the A120. So as mentioned, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, Larceny now, they're going to be doing releases 3 times a year. A120, B51 or 520, and then C920. I had to think, it hurt my brain because I'm so used to the 919, 519. So 3 times a year they're doing releases on this. Each release is going to vary slightly, so it's going to differ in proof every single time. But the age of the barrels they're blending is going to be about the same. So according to Heaven Hill, it's going to be about a 6 to 8 year blend of whiskey, at least going into the Larceny. Proof on the A120 bottle is 123.2, so 61.6%. Great proof. I'm really interested and intrigued to see if Larceny is going to be like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, where some releases are better than others, if they're consistent from batch to batch or inconsistent from batch to batch. Let's get into the review and let's find out. I've let this open up for about 10 minutes, poured before the review even started because it's high proof. I wanted to give it some time to open up. So let's go right into it here. Wonderful color on this. Nice and dark, deep, rich, deep caramel colors. I mean, pushing mahogany. This is very, very dark. 6 to 8 year bourbon and being over 60%, you're going to get a nice dark color. So let's go into the nose. Alright, so initially on the nose, you get a very nice, almost baked bread note. So typical of like a wheated profile, that's what comes through first for me. It's baked wheat bread and it's cinnamon. I get a cinnamon note that also comes through. I actually recently put out a written review of this Larceny Barrel Proof bottle, so please go check that out. It's actually at my website, bourbinsane.com. I'm going to be doing weekly whiskey reviews on there, written reviews, as well as my normal video reviews. So I'm going to be reviewing on both platforms. I wanted to put a Larceny video review out as well for those of you that like to prefer to watch video reviews. So one thing I mentioned in that review, though, is the just intense sweetness. And it is. Like, this is so sweet. Like, way more sweet than even the normal Larceny bottle to me. I don't know what it is. It's just intense sweetness. You know, not a bad nose, not a lot of oak coming through on the nose, but the sweetness and that wheated profile baked bread cinnamon note is really the predominant notes for me. Let's give it a sip. Cheers. Wow. So when I sip this, my mind goes, okay, this should be Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. So I'm anticipating a whole bunch of just deep, rich oak barrel tannins. All that just coating the palate. It's not what happens. It's not what happens with Larceny. You know, Larceny's a different beast. That wheated profile definitely thins out all those oak, all that oak. It's about half the age of an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. A lot less oak. And just, again, the intense sweetness. It's like convection sugar. It's really like convection sugar on the palate. And being over 120 proof, I mean, you think you'd be getting a whole bunch of burn. No, it's drinking like a 105, 110. I will say I think more oak comes through on the palate. But again, compared to other expressions out of Heaven Hill, like a 12-year Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, there's nowhere near the oak on this. This is a very desserty whiskey. Very sugary. Caramel, vanilla, classic bourbon with an extra layer of sweetness on top of that. almost like a whipped cream vanilla custard note is how I would describe it. If you like sweet whiskey, this is going to be the go-to for you. It's just high proof, sweet. I mean, mouth coating and finish is okay. It's honestly nothing extreme or incredible or awesome. You know, let's give it one more sip. One more quick sip here. That sip had a little bit of a slight citrus come through as well. Fresh fruits though. Pears, like a bright fresh orange, not like a rye spice orange, but like not a bitter orange. You know, when I say rye spice, I mean like orange peel, you know, bitter orange peel. This is fresh citrus. Again, very, very nice. I think if you're a fan of the normal Larceny expression, you're gonna like this. Like, you just are. It's inevitable. If you enjoy high proof things, like myself, you're also gonna like this. For a new bourbon drinker, if you want to branch from, you know, mid proof up to a little bit higher proof, but you're still leery of that burn, you still get that burn quite often, Larceny Barrel Proof is an option for you. There's very little burn just because of the intense sweetness. I'll say it's very few noted. You know, it's a solid offering. It's a $50 price point, and I think this is priced just about right. For me personally, it's not overly complex. The depth isn't extreme, but it's a very solid offering. I think, like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, I'm hoping for more from future releases. So for Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, I typically tend to be a C-batch person. I like the C-batches more than the other releases, just in general, at least the last 2-3 years. So I am really curious to see if that holds true with Larceny, or if it's going to be more consistent between batches. We'll see. This one drinks very sweet to me, though. Very sweet. And if that's your ballpark, go for it. You know, it's not much of a gamble for a $50 whiskey barrel proof. You know, barrel proof $50 whiskey, pick it up. Like, just pick it up if you can find it. You know, it's worth the gamble. Worst comes to worst, you add a little ice, it'll mellow out some of that sweetness. You know, it will. So it's a recommend for me. On my website for my new reviews, new blogs I'm doing, I am going to be giving a max price I would pay. And I think that's a really cool thing, because a lot of people ask me this question like, hey, well, yeah, it retails at $50, but what's the max price you would pay? So on this bottle, my max price is $62. It's good, but it's not depth. It's not deep. It's not complex. You know, I would go for an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, a Stag Junior instead of this if I could. Another option around similar price point is Rebel Yell 10 Year. I think proof's a little bit lower on that. So the intensity of proof is a little bit better on this, but excellent value at a $50 price point for Rebel Yell 10 Year. It's a great alternative to Larceny Barrel Proof if you can't find it. So, but please do, if you have not already, please do check out Bourbinsane.com. Let me know what you think of the site. Let me know if you are interested in reading written blogs as well, because I would like to do that. You know, written reviews, the latest in whiskey news, reviews, head-to-heads even. I want to do some written head-to-heads too. So I'm excited about it. Writing something I've been wanting to do for a while, at least just minor. You know, I'm not going to go dive too deep into it, but it's just going to be the basic 4 or 5 notes you'd find. And I hope you enjoy it. You know, give me some feedback on the site. Let me know what you think. I also have to give a quick thank you to all my new patrons who just joined the channel recently. Thank you to each and every one of you. I mean, honestly, Patreon is the best way to support the channel. It keeps me doing stuff like this, reviews, the written reviews, video reviews, and I'm going to be heading back to Kentucky once the whole pandemic is over, and I have got a couple store picks planned, actually. So there's some store picks coming, some Bourbinsane store picks that we're going to be tasting. New riff for sure, and we're talking about a Russell's pick too. So I'm excited for that, and I hope you guys would be interested in trying that, because I definitely want to share them. I want to share them with all of you and share the love of whiskey. You know, that's what it's all about. So appreciate y'all watching the review today. Please do let me know, what do you think of Larceny? You know, the regular Larceny, Larceny Barrel Proof. You a fan? You not? Like I said, $50. It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. So let me know your feedback. Appreciate y'all hanging out today. Stay insane, everyone.